Hi, I'm Dale Poling from EliteIron, and what we're going to be talking about right now is the commonly asked questions that we get phone calls on daily, and that is basically in retrospect to cleaning, covering ammunition, gun safety as far as hearing, and also the point of keeping your suppressor tight on the weapon. Let's go ahead and touch on that. You always want to make sure your suppressor is tight on your weapon because of the fact that if it starts to come loose, not only will you see a point of impact shift, but you'll also do damage to your suppressor. So it's always a good idea to make sure that that is very tight on your weapon. Nothing's perfect in this world. We wished it all could be, but make sure that that suppressor is tight on that gun, and periodically, check and make sure it's okay. The other thing is that always use the proper type of ammunition, whether it be factory or hand loads. If it's hand loads, qualify the ammunition prior to putting the suppressor on the gun. We just recently had a gentleman that actually stuck 2 bullets inside of his suppressor, so we had to basically take the can completely apart, remove them, and then reassemble the whole can all over again. Not a good idea. It could get pretty hairy if you do that because things can get really crazy. What I would like to see everybody do is actually go out and qualify their ammunition, make sure it is shooting very nicely as far as group and pressures are good and it's not overpressured, underpressured. Factory ammunition is always a good idea, but the one thing I can't stress is that qualify your ammunition. The next thing is what kind of solvents or cleaners to use on your suppressor. Try to stay away from flammable liquids, such as some propellants in aerosol cans are flammable. It'll say it right there on the can. If you do use some sort of a flammable spray can solvent or lubrication, give it just a few minutes to actually dissipate out of the suppressor, install it, go have fun. Another issue that's commonly asked for us is hearing safety on the 50 Alpha. The 50 Alpha is a very good can. It does knock it down to where you think that you don't need hearing protection while firing it. Well, this is a good point and one that I'll stress on. If you're going to be shooting a 50 can or a 50 caliber rifle with our suppressor on it, I really would like to see you go out the range and have a good time. But always keep in mind, you need to use a pair of lightly pressed soft plugs in your ears to protect your hearing, because constant beating from a 50 caliber suppressor will indeed over time ruin your hearing. So they're a very good suppressor, but there's no 50 can out there that I know of that'll actually drop it down to a level that will not do damage to your hearing. So keep that in mind. It's always good to wear good eye protection and be safe when you're out there having fun.